Hello, my name is Marcus and welcome to Tabletop Reviews, where today I'm having a look at a little simple card game called Tapeworm. This is made by the same people that made the video game The Binding of Isaac, and of course also the card game The Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. It's a pretty simple card game. It's all about getting rid of your cards. A few elements of Take That, but a simple fun game. First, let's look at the table and how it's set up and played, then we'll talk about it.
Hello and welcome to the table where we will set up Tapeworm, and I'll do it right here live for you. Simply take out the pile of cards. We'll put this one here, just show you. You can remove the top 4 cards here. These are just like instruction cards to tell you how to play the game if you want to give that to your players. Then you have a start card. Let's just see. Boom, start card. Start very nicely at the top, and it has a grey back where it also says start, so you immediately know that it's the start card. Then a pile right here in the middle. Then you'll give out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for each player. Let's just do a 2-player setup here. 1, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. That's the setup. And now each player. The aim of the game is for the winning player is the one first runs out of cards. So you've played all your cards. Sort of like Uno, you know. Yes. Now throughout your turn you will start it off by drawing a card. And then you can put down as many cards as you want as long as you play down the same color. So for example, you can take, this player will take this one, put it on here, and then it can take this card as well, because it plays to the color. But then it changes color and now you cannot put down any more cards. That's the end of that player's turn. They will tell the next player, and you will continue like this, drawing a card, playing down as many as you can, and the winner, of course, the one that runs out of cards the first. Now there are some special cards that, you know, change up the game a little bit. There are 5 in total in the game. So they're the ones marked with a shovel. This means that you get to, and you have a little instruction over here. Ta-da. So, a shuffle. It means dig, draw a card, and then discard a card. So that's pretty neat. Maybe you get a better card, or maybe you don't. 2 arrows going around. It's called swap. Choose a player and look at their hand. You may take a card from it. If you do, give them a card from your hand. Again, you know, quite a simple little action. You get to know a player's entire hand. If you're only 2, that's pretty decent. If you're 4, maybe not so amazing, but still pretty decent. And then you have the egg, called hatch. Force another player to draw a card. That's a good one, because the entire game is about losing all your cards, so you definitely want another players to draw cards. Then you have peek, a little eyeball here, which is you draw a card from the top, and then you put a card from your hand on top of the deck. Now the card that you just drew from the top does count as a card in your hand, so if you don't want that one, you can throw that one away. And then you have cut. Cut an entire segment of the color of the card. So this one does come in every color of the kinds, you know, the red, gray, purple and black. Maybe that's not purple, pink maybe. And you can only cut the color of that one, or you have the multicolored one that can cut every single one. Basically, you cut off a section and remove every card that then is freed. That then is free from the section. So if you know you've got a massive line going out, only connected at one point. You cut that one point, all of those cards are gone and discarded. Now, 3 of these cards, the dig, the swap, and the hatch cards also have variants where there is ×2. Basically, this just means that instead of drawing 1 card and discarding 1 card, you draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Instead of swapping 1, you swap 2. Instead of making a player draw 1, you make them draw 2. Very simple. And that's basically it. That's how we play the game. Continue until someone has run complete out of cards. That is the winner. Now let's head back up to the table and talk about my final thoughts.
There you go. That's how it's set up, and that's how it's played. You know the deal by now. Let's talk about the elements of it. First of all, gameplay. Very simple, you know, but sometimes hard to understand that you are only allowed to place the ones of the same color on the same row, which is a thing I didn't mention, I think. But you're only allowed to on the same row. Like you can't, if there's a red here and a red here, you can't place one. It has to be. That's a little bit difficult to remember and understand. And I will say, for some reason, whenever we play, me, my family, whatever, we always forget to start by drawing. I don't know why. Never happens in any other card game where you have to start. But never happens in any other card game where you have to start by drawing. I don't know what it is about this one, but it's simple enough and it's pretty fun. I mean, I don't know what it is about it that makes it so fun, but it's just pretty fun to place those down. Sometimes have, you know, some special powers. We can go, haha, take that, without it being brutal or anything. So it's simple and fun enough gameplay. I don't know, maybe I would describe it sort of as Uno but improved. But that's not correct, because in Uno you play cards of the same color on top of each other. So I think there's like other games that does that better. It just reminds me of Uno because get rid of your cards the first. And of course, as I said, take that is a well-known element. A lot of people don't like it. I don't mind it when it's something like this, where it's like not really game-changing. I mean, sure, it's annoying to play down the egg and make someone draw a card. Or maybe you can throw down a pretty bad card for you to the next player on top of the deck. But that's not going to be something that maybe that person is like, that's what I needed. That's the exact one that I needed. And then you're like, fuck. I just gave them the upper hand. So it's kind of non-game changing. Take that. It's fine, because you can poke at your opponent and go, heh. But your opponent isn't going to go, well, you just ruined my entire game. You can be annoyed, but you're not going to ruin an entire game for someone. And that's talking about the gameplay. I haven't talked for too long about it, but let's talk about the components. The component. These little square cards, they're perfectly fine. I think maybe they're slightly thin, and not really of that mint quality that I would have hoped for a game that's only cards. So I would only describe them as fine, good, at most. They're annoying. It's annoying that they're square, but I understand why they did it. It's just annoying. It's annoying to hold, you know, and shuffle, because you're so used to the more rectangular ones. But these ones, yeah. And of course, the artwork is very lovely. Something such a theme, but an artwork that just makes you want to cuddle. This is cute little worms. You just want to cuddle them, but they're gonna eat up your intestines. So yeah. But that's the components. That's everything there is to it. The rule book is actually it's pretty good. It's not one thing I want to mention about the rule book. It's fold out, which I hate unless it's done like this. 2 pages, very simple to read. But otherwise, I dislike fold out rule books. Does it lie to you? So it says ages 8 and up, 2 to 4 players, and 15 to 30 minutes. Is that a lie? No. I think, by my experience, the rule with the colors is too weird. Okay. It's too weird for kids of younger age. I tried playing with a 6-year-old and he didn't quite understand. Again, one color here, one color here. It's both reds. I'm playing on them. No, you're not allowed to do that because you have to play it here. So maybe 8 and up is perfectly fine, and I think definitely the younger kids are going to love it. Worms in your intestines, awesome. Right. That's my experience at least. So, I mean, 2 to 4 players, sure. You can stretch it beyond that, but then you're not going to have a lot of cards, and that's going to give you issues. So I guess it's possible to play 8s, but again you won't have a lot of cards and you'll have a very slow game. So don't recommend that. 5 I think we played where it was like fine, so that's in 15 to 30 minutes it's fairly accurate. Again, like you can draw up just the right amount of cards and then the player wins immediately. You know, it's kind of luck based. I didn't mention that, but it's very lucky because you got to draw the right cards all the time. But I wouldn't say that lies to you. I would say what's done here is fairly accurate. But again, 15 to 30 minutes. A game like this one completely depends. But I don't think it would ever go above 30. So the score that I'm giving this lovely little card game is going to be an 8 out of 10. Yes, very high for such a simple card game, but maybe in a future video I'll talk more in depth about my score, but basically I'm judging every game individually and not comparing them to others, unless I'm doing something specifically where I'm comparing games. Otherwise, this is just a game I'm looking at. What do I expect from this game? Does it do it? 8 out of 10 for this game. Again, because it's a very simple but yet somehow fun gameplay. To take that's theirs, you can say, ha, take that, but it's not going to ruin the player. And then of course, it's lovely bubbly artwork, makes it all worth it. So am I keeping this one? Yes, I am, 100%. It's a fun little card game. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I mean, look at it, I can almost like wrap my hand around it. It doesn't take a lot of space. Might as well keep it, play it once in a while. So yeah, that's the review. I can already say I've already edited the middle part where I'm looking at it on the table, so I already know that I'm a little bit unhappy with that one. A few mistakes made. This last Sunday I missed an upload for the first time. Kind of annoying. I mean, it's just a personal thing where I really want to hit my uploads, so that's pretty annoying. And I just thought I would mention that because I'm so annoyed by it. Because I have the video ready, I just need to upload it. Yeah. And I also made a promise where I thought this would be the last video would be the final tabletop reviews without an edited thumbnail. That was a lie, I suppose. Don't think I'll get this edited. Maybe I will, I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Talk to you soon in another one. I mean, this coming Friday, hopefully. See you then. Thank you for watching. Bye.